if you keep attracting these bad people, you have to find out what inside yourself is drawn to these people and fix that and fulfill that in yourself so you're not drawn to competitive, jealous lunatics. My name is Liza Treyger. I'm a stand-up comedian and I audition all the time and a sometimes actress. I have a podcast called That's Messed Up, an SVU podcast. And it's about SVU, obviously, and true crime. And I am going to be talking about Fever Pitch today, baseball movie starring the incredible Drew Barrymore. So Fever Pitch is a movie set in Boston, and there's a little boy and his parents are divorced. He's sad, and his uncle takes him to a Boston Red Sox game, and he gets hooked.
What are you batting this bum lead off for?
And that becomes his family, and he has these season tickets, and he's this obsessed baseball fan. Also a school teacher, so he has a beautiful soul and not a lot of money. Drew Barrymore is business. And he brings his students from, school to visit her for a field trip.
Ben Reitman, we talked on the phone.
Yes, I've been waiting for you.
And they have a little chemistry. They start dating and they get along. Everything's great in the relationship. They're falling in love. This is legit. And then the opening day happens in March and she sees the real him.
I say Red Sox, sex, and breathing. I love the Red Sox are going to win all the way.
He has not missed a game in 11 years. He doesn't want to do anything but watch baseball. She's like, come to Paris. I might be pregnant. And he's like, I can't.
I got to be honest. This isn't the best weekend for me.
So they have to work it out. And then they break up, obviously. And then to win, her back, he's like, I will sell my season tickets to show you how much you mean to me. And she goes, fuck that. If you're willing to do it, I will run through the field and go to jail and make sure you don't sell them and let's get married. And then the Boston Red Sox win the World Series. So I love baseball, but it is a romantic comedy. I think maybe sports people would think romantic comedy first, baseball second. I wonder if I would like it as much if there wasn't a romantic comedy element and a Drew Barrymore for me.
You have a lyrical soul. You can love under the best and worst conditions.
But the thing is, it's like the players are in it. It talks about fandom, all the important moments. I never thought about the community of
I give my word.
Season ticket holder friendships.
Did anyone die because you're here?
No. I got another anesthesiologist to cover for me.
But I also don't get, she's taking her laptop to the games and people are mad. And it's like she's trying, everything is so put on and weird. You can't be mad at someone that has to work. The first game, the home opener, you take the full day off, of course. But to expect someone to go 3 days a week to games with you is bonkers. I'm going to say sports first, relationship second. That's what I'm going to stick with that. That group of male friends is a good group of friends. They're there for each other. And it's not typical male friendship where they only have the sports in common. They do seem to really care about each other.
Why are you shaving my balls?
Well, if you don't want me to.
I relate to having friends and talking about everything and wanting all their opinions. It's really tough because sometimes your friends date someone that's terrible, but you can't fully get involved because then you can lose them and they're going to take this person's side. But then you want to protect your friend and be like, this is a nightmare person and he's ruining your life.
Well, by now he should be with the wrong person. How has he not been tranquilized and tagged?
2 of her friends were good, but then one friend calls out the other friend for being a competitive, jealous person. And so that friend is not a good friend. And that her husband was trying to manipulate his way into these tickets when he knew they were in a low point. Those are bad people. And as my therapist says, if you keep attracting these bad people, you have to find out what inside yourself is drawn to these people and fix that and fulfill that in yourself so you're not drawn to competitive, jealous lunatics. I'm a merch girl. I collect Simpsons toys. I love my White Sox gear. I'm looking at a Bart Simpson cookie jar. But It needs to be fashionable. It needs to look good. Like his space looks like a child. And there's a guy who's like has a very big, amazing Simpsons collection, and his wife gave him one room. So like one room can be ugly, but if you want to spill the Simpsons out, you got to make sure it's cute with the decor. And so for me, I think there's a way to do fandom cute,
This is not
and
a man's
he's
closet.
overstepped the bounds.
You have one pair of dress shoes. You're like a man boy. Half man, half boy.
It's too much, but it's also not his fault because once you love something, people just get it for you all the time and people will send it to you constantly. So I am assuming some of those things were gifts, but I love merch. I have Ariana Grande sweatpants. Like I love it. It's part of I like buying things when I go places. I think he is a good guy, but he is very typical of maybe a type of guy I know that it's like, my parents got divorced. It's been so hard. And they don't actually know what is a hard life. I'm sure women do this too, but I just know a few men that are like so damaged from their parents' divorce as a kid. And it's like, get over it. What are you doing? Like, it's kind of embarrassing to me. Or like my friend used to have this depression podcast and people would come on and talk about suicide and eating disorders and intense stuff. And then one of my friends went up and talks about how his girlfriend in high school cheated on him and it ruined his brain. And it's like, get a clue. I think Drew carried that movie. And you know, she was a great partner for him. But he played him right. He's never that good. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like he broke all the time on SNL.
The group gets separated. Where's the rendezvous point?
I'm trying to think if I think he did a bad job acting in this movie because everyone thinks it and I have no original ideas, or if I really think he was bad. You know, Lorne Michaels just likes plain mildly talented men and shoots them to the moon, you know? I would totally recommend it. It's a good time, silly, sweet movie. And I think we're in a time period in life, or maybe because criticism online or whatnot is so, but like, not everything has to be the best. That was the best. That wasn't the best. That's the best. Sometimes you're just in for a good time. And that's what this is. It's a good, nice, romantic sports comedy movie. Not that many of them out there.
You missed the greatest game ever!
But I think it's cool when someone has an intention of something and then the world switches it upside down. Because, like, they didn't know that they were going to win the World Series.
The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
That's cool. They happen to naturally be there. So you're seeing a little bit of history and real excitement, which I think is special. I would recommend this movie if you're, like, trying to fuck and you like sports and you invite someone over for some, like, Netflix and chill, and you watch this for an easy, fun, romantical time. And if you're from Boston, you should watch it. I don't know.